Hello everyone and welcome along to another Flat Earth Friday where today Team Skeptic has agreed to fill in for me whilst I'm on my break. Now Team Skeptic recently went to the Flat Earth Convention in Texas with channel friend MC Toon. If you haven't seen it yet, you need to go to his channel and check out the absolute shade that D Marble threw at him when Team asked him for an interview. It was hilarious. So, what is he covering today? Well, InfoWars seems to have taken notice of Flat Earth, and Team Skeptic is having none of it. Enjoy guys, and I'll see you all on Sunday for a Science Top 5. Bye bye.
Hey guys, and welcome to this week's Flat Earth Friday video. As most of you know, Cymandan's on vacation this week, pulling the wings off the ferries in Atlantis, and has asked me to temporarily take over. So I figured I'd swing by his house and have some fun with a flat earther. This week's video comes from InfoWars and was posted on the YouTube channel Greg Reece, and is titled, "Is Antarctica the Key to Flat Earth?" So sit back, pet your pet penguin, and let's begin.
In the age of social media censorship, questioning whether or not the Earth is a globe has been deemed harmful thought. But why is this?
I would mostly say because flat earthers try to encourage the vulnerable youth of the Earth to not further their education or go to college, because it's indoctrination. And maybe it's because government officials are tired of being harassed constantly by flat earth idiots like Nathan Thompson over something that was demonstrably proven thousands of years ago.
We seem to be conditioned to think that the issue has been scientifically settled.
Well, it has. The Earth is round. We've checked. And if you're still a flat earther, then you're an idiot.
But this is not the case. Our most popular scientists recognize that the geocentric model, where the Earth is at the center of the universe, is observably accurate.
Ah, yes. Good old quote mining to support the fringe belief system of a pseudoscience idiot. So let's read what Einstein actually said. Quote, "The struggle so violent in the early days of science between the views of Ptolemy and Copernicus would then be quite meaningless. Either coordinate system could be used with equal justification. The two sentences, the sun is at rest and the earth moves, or the sun moves and the earth is at rest, would simply mean two different conventions concerning two different coordinate systems." So in the case of the Earth and the Sun, what Einstein's actually saying is that it doesn't matter whether you are seeing the Sun go around the Earth from the Earth's coordinate system, or you're seeing the Earth go around the Sun from the Sun's coordinate system. Both points of view are equally valid in explaining the same observation.
The Michelson-Morley experiment in the 1880s proved the Earth was stationary.
Oh my goodness, why do flat earthers and geocentrists constantly bring up the Michelson-Morley experiment when the Michelson-Morley experiment was not designed to test whether the Earth was flat or stationary? The Michelson-Morley experiment was designed to test the effects of ether drag on the propagation of light, because at one time we did believe that light was a wave and like sound needed a medium to propagate through. They called this medium the ether. And to prove or falsify this concept, Michelson and Morley designed a highly accurate test designed to measure the speed of light at two different points in Earth's orbit. The idea was that at one point in Earth's orbit, you would be moving with the ether wind, and at another point, you would be moving against the ether wind, resulting in different speeds of light. That's right, flatties. Michelson and Morley both knew that the Earth was not flat or stationary. And it wasn't until they got the results of their experiment that they started entertaining the idea that the Earth might be stationary, but that was only in an effort to save the ether. So the next time a geocentrist or a flat earther brings up the Michelson-Morley experiment, just point and laugh at the idiot.
And Albert Einstein claimed this was a serious embarrassment and intended to disprove it with his relativity theory, but later admitted that he had failed to do so.
And that's a serious quote mining fallacy, because that's not what Albert Einstein meant when he said that Earth's motion couldn't be detected by any optical experiment. When Michelson and Morley showed that even though the Earth orbited the Sun, it always remained fixed to the now falsified ether, Albert Einstein stepped up to the plate and proposed his theory of special relativity, which did away with the need for an ether. And this quote that you are referring to is saying that due to special relativity, it was his belief that no optical experiment could be performed that would detect Earth's motion. However, we've advanced since Einstein's time, and we have demonstrably proven that the Earth does in fact rotate. Bob, are you around here somewhere, Bob?
When we turned on that gyroscope, we found that we were picking up a drift, a 15 degree per hour drift.
Flat Earthers are idiots.
We are conditioned to think that the heliocentric model is scientifically superior to the geocentric model. But when we apply scientific reasoning, we discover that this is not true.
Yeah, you're gonna have to show me that you even know what scientific reasoning is. I mean, you are a flat Earth idiot.
According to the heliocentric Earth model, the Earth is 24,000 miles in circumference. And if one were standing at sea level, they should only be able to see less than 3 miles before the surface of the Earth curves out of view. But this has been proven to be false for centuries, from the Bedford Level experiments of 1838 to modern photography.
The Bedford Level observation stood as positive evidence for the flat Earth for a very short period of time. Future observations after Samuel Rowbotham's included a marker in the middle between the two ends of the canal. And when viewed from one end of the canal, the middle marker would always be higher than the marker at the other end of the canal, even though all three markers were the same height above the water. Sorry, flat earthers, but the Earth isn't flat, and you guys are idiots.
This photograph of Chicago was taken almost 60 miles away from Grand Mere State Park in Michigan. On a spherical Earth, this would be impossible. Using the Pythagorean theorem and the current dimensions of the Earth, the top of the tallest skyscraper should be 900 feet below the observable horizon. Local news explained this anomaly by claiming the image was a mirage.
And what you're seeing here is a mirage. We typically would not be able to see this from the Lake Michigan shore. We talked about this last night. Conditions are right on the lake that we're actually seeing a mirage.
They claimed that somehow light refraction and perfect weather conditions are responsible for creating a photorealistic mirage of the Chicago skyline appearing to sit on the flat horizon from almost 60 miles away.
But that's exactly what happened, you idiot. And my question to you and every other flat earther out there is, why can we only see the tops of the tallest buildings in this picture? None of the smallest buildings, and for sure we can't see all the way to the ground. If the Earth were truly flat, then these observations should be able to be made with a powerful enough optical device. There's only one thing getting in the way of us being able to make these observations, and that's the Earth.
Anomalies in the Earth's curvature can also be found in old lighthouses, able to be seen for several miles past what is possible on the heliocentric model.
Neither one of these two lighthouse examples that they gave really even need to be addressed. First, they gave the distance the lighthouses were seen, and the height of the tower, but they list the amount of curvature as taken from sea level. After correcting for the height of the tower, the amount hidden due to curvature at those distances becomes much smaller. Next, we need to take into account the viewer height of the person who saw the lighthouses, because those people typically aren't on the surface of the water. And let's not forget that refraction over large bodies of water is much greater than refraction over land. So these two examples really don't suggest that the Earth is flat.
We are accustomed to observing ships disappearing over the curve, but with modern consumer cameras, we can observe that this seems to be an optical illusion based on light reflection and the laws of perspective.
Yeah, this might work if you're an idiot who needs to cherry pick your evidence to make it seem like this is a plausible explanation for why ships appear to go over the horizon. But then again, how do you explain this video? A clear shot of two cargo ships, one on this side of the horizon and one on the opposite side of the horizon. And I don't want to hear that, but with my P12,000, I can just zoom in and bring that ship back into full view. because that ship has gone over the horizon, and until it comes back to this side, you will never be able to bring it back into view.
Many of us tend to think the planet is too big to observe curvature, but the empirical evidence tells us that either the surface of the Earth is a flat plane, or the planet is at least 100 times bigger than we are told.
Wait, what? Citation needed. Is there some kind of scientific study that helped you come to that conclusion? Or did you just walk outside and look around and go, yup, looks flat, or 100 times too big? And I hate to be the one that pees in your Cheerios, but all empirical evidence demonstrably proves two things. One, that the Earth isn't flat. And two, that flat earthers are idiots.
Another very intriguing argument for flat earthers is Antarctica, the mysterious massive continent at our southern pole that nobody is allowed to explore.
I have no idea where you're getting your information from, or whether you actually did any research to begin with, but in 2018, the crew of the Oyster 72 Catersis II completed a circumnavigation around Antarctica and below the 60th parallel in just 72 days. This was monitored and tracked so that it could be submitted as a world record. So either you didn't research this topic, or you have a bunch of brain-dead flat earth idiots working for you down at InfoWars.
To this day, the public is strictly prohibited from traveling below the 60th southern parallel.
Well, I guess somebody better go down and warn all those criminals who vacation in Antarctica every year that they're breaking international laws. The truth of the matter is, Greg, that everything you've said in this video has been absolutely untrue. Who knows, maybe the people down at InfoWars are just punishing Greg Reece for being an idiot by making him report on his own kind.
And airplanes are prohibited from flying over the icy continent.
Again, a little bit of research would keep you from looking like such an idiot. Planes can't fly over Antarctica because of their ETOPS rating, which is a rating that determines a plane's range and is based on the number of engines it has.
What are they hiding?
A whole bunch of ice and an entire penguin army that's ready to destroy any flat earth idiot that tries to scale the ice wall. So I think this is going to be where we end the video today. It's quite obvious that the people down at InfoWars have become addicted to the conspiracy Kool-Aid and have sent their number one idiot Greg Reece to investigate. Now I'd like to take the time out to thank InfoWars for entering into the flat earth discussion. Lately there's been a lack of high quality productions coming from the flat earth community, so it'll be nice to see a bunch of new idiots in HD. So if you found this video interesting at all, be sure to hit that thumbs up and leave a comment below. A massive shout out to all of my channel members and patrons and all of Simon Dan's channel members and patrons. It's with your help and support that we keep doing what we love to do. And a big thank you to Simon Dan for allowing me to come onto his channel and give my flavor of debunking to his audience. I'm Team Skeptic, and I'm out.